Okay, amigas, this is the best pull apart bread, and it's so fast and it's so easy and it's so delicious. Oh my gosh, here I am dipping it straight out of the oven, still hot. The sugar's like molten lava, and it got hard as soon as you hit it into the cold milk. It's so good. So here's what you're gonna need: brown sugar, white sugar, a stick of butter, or half a stick if you don't want to save some for later, but you'll see that later, and some ground cinnamon. And some bread. This is frozen bread dough that you could find in your freezer section. This is what it looks like. But if you can't find that, get the Pillsbury cans. You get the French bread or the croissant. The flaky croissant, so good. Get the sheet. And now you're going to need a loaf pan. These loaf pans are the best. I've done it on a regular pan and it didn't turn out as pretty or as good. So the loaf pan is necessary. And some nonstick spray. Don't use the olive oil flavor. Now you're going to grab your butter. You're going to throw it in the microwave for like 1 minute, 1 minute, 15 seconds. You want it melted, but not all the way melted. Unless it's room temperature, then it'll melt faster. And then we're going to get 1/3 or 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and we're going to dissolve it into the butter. And then you're going to set that aside. Here I am, maybe a little more. Why not? Oh no, I'm just now dissolving it. Oh God, ya ni se sabe, friend. I've had a migraine for 4 days. Please forgive me. Yum. All right, now we're going to grab our sugar, and we're going to grab half a cup of sugar. I think it was actually 1/4 cup, but I ended up doing almost 2 of them, so it makes it half a cup. So half a cup of sugar. And no exact measurement of cinnamon, just as much cinnamon as you want or as little as you want. Shake it up, mix it all well. And I suggest doing it in a Ziploc bag because it just makes less mess. Now we're going to grab our bread. This bread you have to defrost and let it rise for 4 to 6 hours. So I would suggest probably like not using this bread unless you have time. And I had defrosted it because I was going to make bread. So it was already like convenient for me to do this. Now we're cutting up that bread into little pieces and we're shaking it in the bag, and then we're going to start loading it up in the greased pan. I also didn't show you guys this, but I did put a little bit of the brown sugar and butter mixture at the bottom so that the top will caramelize. You don't have to do that, but it does make a difference. And we're going to just repeat these steps. So my migraines are actually more like stress, weather, and menstrual. By menstrual I mean mensa related, and all 3 are happening right now. So this migraine is like ugh. But I finally went and I did a telecall, and I'm taking migraine medication because I couldn't take it anymore, guys. Like literally it was making me like nauseous, it was making my eyes hurt, it was making my vision blurry, like yeah. And I don't get these type of migraines often. I probably get like 2 or 3 a year. Like I said, they are weather related. So we're just going to repeat the steps. So cut the dough. And now we're going to stick the dough in the bag. Like I use scissors because I was like, this seems like a scissor activity. And then I was like, no, I'm not going to use the scissors. I'm just going to use the dough cutter again. I don't know why. I'm in my like wasteful era. Like, let's be wasteful. Let's just use as many dishes as possible. Like, because I need to wash them, you know. Also, my dishwasher broke, so now I have to wash my dishes by hand, which makes me feel like a señora. So shout out to you señoras out there. La respeto. I want you to know. All right, and now we're just keep loading it up. It only filled up half the bundt pan, but or the bundt loaf. I don't know what you call it. But it only filled it up halfway. So I would suggest like leaving it that way because the bread does rise in the oven when it bakes. So it will kind of go all the way to the top. So there we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. My mouth is watering. This bread is so good. It's so caramelized. Like the sugar almost hardens and the bread stays soft on the inside. It's just perfect. So try it. It's so easy. And honestly, just like I said, go buy some Pillsbury dough in a can, croissant or the French bread one. Or you could find this bread that I use. This one does take a little more work because you have to think ahead. You have to like defrost it and do all those things. So I would do the can. But I had this defrosted. Perfect. Good job, Rosalie. You did that, girl. Shout out to you. Celebrate yourself. All right, now we're going to grab what's left of the sugar and we're going to pour it into the butter mixture. And you're going to mix it up. And it's going to make like a butter paste. Like a cinnamon sugar, brown sugar butter paste. So good. And you're just going to drop little droplets of that butter around the edge, in the center, just kind of everywhere. And this is going to kind of seep down. And remember, I did put some at the bottom as well. So this is going to seep down and create that caramelized, like, hard shell. But it's almost like honey-like. It's so good. I think some people call this monkey bread. I don't call it monkey bread. I just call it pull-apart bread. But it's so good. You can make it garlic flavored as well. And you can, like, have your family eat it with pasta or with, like, dinner. So good.
Pebbles.
It doesn't have to be sweet. It could be savory. There we go. I'm going to save that butter for later. I actually like to make toast. Now we're going to throw this in the oven at 350 degrees, preheated for 40 minutes. And I'm so sorry. I don't know why I make you guys stare at the clock. Like, look at the clock. Look at it. Oh, yeah. We love staring at time. All right. It's been 40 minutes. I'm going to burn myself. Oh, yep. Ow. That hurt. And we are going to take out our bundt cake. And I honestly like to eat it right away. I like it when the sugar's like lava-like. Don't like stick it in your mouth because you will burn yourself. I did burn myself because I did stick it in my mouth. But there's our pull-apart loaf. There's nothing on the pan. I'm showing you how clean it came out. Here's me trying to eat it without burning myself. Oh, I burned myself. But then I'm like, let's try again. Maybe it won't hurt the second time. Me and friendships and relationships. And yep, it still hurt. I still burnt myself, but we did it again. And then I was like, let's eat it with some bread. And then of course I had to cut like a pretty piece. I couldn't eat the piece I already dipped my hands into. By the way, my hands were clean. But also the people that eat my food are my DNA, so they are my germs. All right, there we are. Oh, and notice I'm drinking it out of a mole cup because that makes it extra like Mexican, right? I don't know. And now we're dipping that hot bread into the cold milk and it instantly creates this crust of sugar. So good. Anyways, I hope you guys try this. I love this bread and it made me feel a little better. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.